Shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the most is Marky Saint. Every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive, and this morning is no different. I'm gonna let you rise and shine with me, since that's what we do around here. We just always try to find our shine. This morning I said, mutiny on the bound, bro. There's mutiny on the bound. There's people in your life that will mutiny against you. And I was watching a movie special about the movie Mutiny on the Bound and how accurate the movie was. You know, it's got Anthony Hopkins and it's got the young strapping Mel Gibson, and there was mutiny. And they let these men, 18 men, on their own boat to survive for over 2 months without food and water. They gave them 5 days of ration, and these men survived with a compass. This man had learned since he was 13 years old how to read the stars, and if it wasn't for him surviving the situation, he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it. And everyone turned against him. He was stubborn, he was stern, he was disciplined, he wanted to maintain order. It's the first time any men had ever been to Haiti. He had traveled with Captain Cook. He had learned that the men were giving away syphilis, that the men were falling in love, that they were marrying some of these women. Who wouldn't, right? Like, who wants to leave fucking paradise and go back to shitty old England where the chicks aren't topless and the food isn't as plentiful and it's just not as beautiful? So they mutiny. And that's what I've been feeling lately. Like, I've had a mutiny on my bound, and the HMS Bounty, that's what they were at, that there wasn't everybody paddling with my canoe. There were people showing up unannounced, but I haven't heard from them. There was the girlfriend, but now ex-girlfriend, who was like, yeah, I love you, I'm not going to block you, did anyway. You know what I mean? I can't deal with everyone's shit. Every day, I even tell my own mother, I'd be like, yo, dude, cut that shit. I'm not a fucking doctor. People want to be heard, so they'll just grab anyone's ear. It could be somebody sitting, it could be their son, it could be somebody sitting at the fucking bus stop, it could be a friend they haven't talked to in a long time. We want to be heard. And we go out of our way to be heard. We go out of our way to be misunderstood. And that's where it comes from. There are going to be people that understand it a little bit differently than you do. And realistically, that's exactly what it is. But unfortunately, it's not always that true. You're going to have people that are self-determined in a different direction than you. They're going to want to shine differently than you. And as I roll this blunt, I'm going to let you shine on with me too. Hold on. There we go. Let's watch that shine. Let's watch that morning rise. And that's what it is, No, nothing. Not everybody's rowing in your boat. People might be drilling holes in your canoe. Maybe it's you. That's one of the things too. This morning, my mind's so busy, I almost woke up at 4 instead of 6. And then I'm here rising and shining this morning with you and thinking of all the people that aren't in my canoe anymore. People that were close to me helped me build Weed Club. They were really building up their own pockets. And then my ex, she just holding on to me because she couldn't find any better. And then the other one, she deleted my baby, and now I have 2 abortions on my record. I have to look at these people and be like, what is it about me, right? I listen to history. Your boy Napoleon wasn't exactly the most popular. These disciplined people, they're not ever popular in history because people don't want to be disciplined. They want to be free. They want to be frivolous. They want to live life without any responsibility, and then it comes down to it. You're going to have to be responsible for something eventually. Eventually, you're going to have to shine out your own shade. Eventually, you're going to have to step up to the plate, and eventually, you're going to have to face your own consequences. That's tough. Most people, they just want to fucking mutiny. They're just like, yeah, let's mutiny. What they didn't know is that they would be tracked down and hung later. All of them. All these men would be eventually tracked the fuck down, court-martialed, and hung. Only one dude got away with it, and they don't know where he ended up or whatever the fuck was going on. But you survive these things, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm all hurt because the girl that I wanted left me and killed my baby. The other girl just broke up with me and said, I'm not gonna block you. And it's just like, oh, I love you 1 week and the next week I'm gone. Hell, I'm gonna leave right after your best friend and your business partner. There are so many people that are gonna do the switch up, bro. It's not even funny, and that's why I asked my friend. I said, I asked him in Finland. I said, you guys are so real in Finland. You know what I mean? We call it aito. You know, the realness, the real people, right? And in the realness, that means you shine out the fakeness. That means, you know, things ain't right. You don't get to fake it and act like it's tight. You got to come up and step up and say, okay, that ain't right, and I got to work on it. And no, I don't have as much money as I have. And yeah, I lied about that event. I wish I hadn't. And you know, you're gonna have to come a lot more clean than what most people would want to come. You know, they don't want to come clean with their situation. They just want you to believe. Instead of it being clean, they want you to believe that they're clean, sort of like the clean, sort of like the clear. When you're doing steroids, they're like, oh yeah, he's a great athlete. He's not on 7 different hormones. You know, that's not all natural. There's no natty out there. All these people are trying to convince you that they can sing a tune or be natural or do these things. And we all know these things ain't that easy, are they? You know, and that's what it's made to look like, right? That's the salesman job of it. It's like, oh, I've been drinking this beer the whole time, says the skinny model who never drank the beer in her life, but looks like her extra shiny white teeth are looking even better because she's been drinking this product. Yeah, fucking right, bro. Yeah, fucking right. But that's what they want to sell you on. They want to sell you on that everything's all right. Most of us are on that sales job. Nothing's ever wrong, right? I saw something in Burning Man. They put up a sign that says, I'm all right, you know? And it's like, yeah, we'd all like to be all right, but most of the time we're pretending that we're all right, you know? But soon the vengeance will be upon you. Soon things won't be all right. Soon you're going to have to face your own music. And that's this conversation in the morning. I got to face my own music. I got to realize that I'm not dating material. You know, I cheat on my girls way too much. I didn't cheat on my last girl, so I'm very confident that there's many girls that I haven't cheated on for years. I've been together with Michelle for a whole year. I never cheated on her once. You know, I pride myself in that. You know, it's like, you know, sitting around in a situation where people might not see it the same way you want to. I'm going to sex parties. They're like, oh, he must be doing orgies. And I'm like, dude, I'm just recruiting for faceless porn, bro. I just need footage. It's all business for me. I can go from what you call it, what are those things called? A swingers party to a business meeting to a weed club to all sorts of events because I'm versatile. Some people, they're judgmental, and that's just what it is. So it's just one of those things where I looked at my life, had to re-examine it, and sit there and go, okay, now that I'm back to being single, now that I done fucked up another relationship, now that my business partner and I aren't together anymore, right? What does Marquis Saint do with his energy? And that's really what it comes down to. What do you want to do with your fucking energy, bro? And I love having my energy up. I love having my energy away from negativity, away from people that are going to reject me and eventually turn their back on me. The switch up is real, bro. You haven't even noticed. I call it the other shoe drop. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for you to get weird. And I tell that when I'm dating girls. I was like, what are you going to do when you get weird? Right now, you're all polite, nice, smelling nice. Things are cool. What are you going to do when your day's all fucked? You know, are you going to turn on me? Are you going to turn into a werewolf? Are you going to fucking switch up? And then all of a sudden I got me a fucking vampire in my house? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, too. Everybody does. On my nose. Nose be running. But mutiny, and you've never had to survive for 72 days out in sea with no fucking waters and barely any rations, you know? And that's what it is, you know, that the order had to be maintained. And as much as people want to freak out on you, leave you, do something else, steal from you, backstab you, misunderstand you, curse you, spit on you, fucking spitting because they're too drunk while they're talking, you know what I mean? Like, we've all seen it. What I said to my mom is I'm starting to see the pattern, you know? I am starting to see the pattern. I'm like, oh, I can already feel it. You can already feel someone doesn't like you. Why go deeper into it and try to figure it out? Why go deeper into the novel, the murder mystery, and go, why is this one character in this whole fucking movie, book, and situation is the only sole thing that I'm focused on? And then you can see the obsession. You can see oh, this one person doesn't like me, and then you run over here and try to get them to not like you, and then you're going to be afraid that someone might not like you. And you'll never go anywhere, because guess what? They'll always switch up on you. The switch up is real. You know, people are selfish, bro, inherently, and they're only going to want what they want when they want it, and they're not going to want to hear your excuses of why you can't deliver it. They're just going to be demanding, and this is where the entitlement comes from. And that's why I was like, wait a minute. You know, I'm staying away from people that have taken up all my time, telling me their doctor visits, every fucking headache, every fucking stumble, yelling at me because they're too frustrated or ran out of time or not prepared, and, you know, the whole thing, or went to jail and then wanted to use Weed Club to get out of jail, even though he was selling weed at his own event, and I'm not a part of that. Oh, okay, yeah, oh, I'm the man. Oh, I can tell when someone's gaslighting me. Oh, here's the Weed Club president, bro. And then all of a sudden went from here's the Weed Club president to I built it. Okay. It's not the first time someone said that they built something that I built, you know, my weed magazine. Nice try, Josh, telling all the reliable models that get in their DMs that you're the owner of the magazine. Shame. And then the other buddy that he was going to show up without ever hearing from him, and now he disappeared. Another shame. Or that this other girl, the current one, wanted to fucking watch my shows even though I told her not to, get mad about what I do in my own private life and for free, not doing anything to anybody, and then judge me for it. Another shame. So, you know, I watch people, they need to watch themselves, bro. You know, you're going to have days where the whole team ain't going to get along. This ain't the first time in history that people haven't got along. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up, bro. The people he had on him, one of them was an insubordinate, believe it or not. That's right, when he was doing the HMS Bounty, and they put him on the ship with 18 other dudes, was another dude that used to scream and yell and cause trouble all the time. There was like a pecking order where people, like, you could flog certain people, right? But like officers and cadets, like, I guess you couldn't flog them, so they acted even more insubordinate. So it's like that, dude. It's like, you need 12 Marines. 6 to 12 Marines on each ship to maintain order on the ship. Therefore, if anyone wants to get out of sorts, they will be quickly apprehended, put in the galleys, locked up down below, and sorted when they get back into port. You're in jail. But he didn't have that. He didn't have people to 12 Marines to straighten out the men's behavior and regulate. That's what we call it in the hood. You know, people get testy. You know, they think that, like I said, man, I was going to put another episode. It's like you've overplayed your hand, right? Okay, so you want to unfriend me? Well, shit, I need to get my box back from you. Pretty simple. I had a backpack for you, but you unfriended me. I can get petty too, you know? Yep. You want to kill my baby? Well, here's that booty picture you said I could consent to post. I can be petty too. Oh, you want to steal all my customers from Weed Club, claim it as your own, but you don't think that I don't have a plug that I went to right down the street already and will do cheaper prices than you? Okay. You know, it's a competition, and it's a fight to the top. The tough part is I thought these people were fighting in the direction with me. They weren't fighting against me. And then it turned around. I was in a fight with people that were supposed to be in my corner were now my opponent. Now you know what it feels like. Yes, blessed. Let's get it. And that's what I do. I shine through no matter what, because I know people will leave. I've been there. My own father's left me. My own mother's left me. My own family's left me. I know people come and go. I know people change. I know eventually there might be some mutiny. People that think they worked harder than you. Take your position. Take your logo. Create their own cards. And then pretend like they did it all by themselves. Okay. I'm sending people your way. I'm telling them to get Weed Club cards, and you're collecting the money and giving them to your people. Okay. Oh yeah, we made $100 today. Okay, that $100 is my $100. I've been sitting here in the jungles of fucking Thailand handing out weed club cards, getting everybody's email, writing down the list, created the damn thing, but you're keeping the money. Some no-namer dude I never even met before. And so like, yeah, I made $100. And I was just like, oh, hell no. You don't even know how to spell weed club, let alone do a logo, let alone organize it. But you're going to sit on my hard-earned work after I sent all these people, after doing all the customer services, answering the phones and organizing it, but you're going to keep the tips? Oh, okay, got you. There's plenty of people like that. I'll have friends that come in and say, man, I'm bartending. And the new guy on shift wants to get a part of the tips. It ain't right. Mutiny on the bound. Eventually somebody will buck your system, and then you'll be alone. Well, he wasn't alone. Anthony Hopkins had 18 other men to take care of, and he wasn't alone because he still had his discipline, and he wasn't alone because he still had his knowledge. And that's what I have. I have knowledge. I have skill sets. I listen to my ever after, because of thanks to my brother Jeremy. I listen to my audiobooks. I listen to these guys that have actually made something out of their lives, and that's the way that it goes. I put my hands up because that's the way it goes. You're going to be crucified, bro. Most of these guys are going to get fired. Most of these guys, especially serial entrepreneurs, when I was talking to the other guy, a serial entrepreneur like me and him, dude, we're always trying to build something for ourselves. That's why I built Site in an Hour. I needed it. Well, 101 domain names, now down to 75, probably down to 70. You know, I need to launch these dreams, bro. I needed a dream launcher. You know, I needed a slingshot. I needed to be able to launch my dreams and watch them come into reality, and that's just me. So, you know, for anything else, I'm married to the game. You know, everything else can leave me. You know what I mean? Everybody in the game can leave me. I'm married to the business. And it's like some people don't get it. But yeah, when my girlfriend wanted a trip because I had beautiful women wearing my shirts, even though that was my mission to find, not only to bring my shirts worldwide, but to make my brands worldwide and to put those brands on beautiful women around the world. Case closed. Now, my real dream is still a headache, right? There's still girls that took the design, disappeared, read the message, leave it on red. Hey, what's your address? Not get it back. Hey, have you sent me something? No, I haven't sent it. Then it's a block. Reliable models is completely unreliable. It's an oxymoron. Same as saint's addiction. You're not supposed to be a saint and have an addiction, but that's what we are. We're full of oxymorons. We're full of, oh, one time you're a friend and next minute you're a moron. That's the oxymoron. 1 minute it's family. Yo, we family. Isn't that right, fam? Bam. Next minute it's block. Never see again. No thank you, no goodbye. It can happen. It's happened to me, and maybe the switch up is coming to me because I am me, or the way that I am. You know, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe there wouldn't have been such a bounty if he let them in purchase from the Tahitian villagers, but it killed their economy. You know, he knew it would kill their economy. They've done it before with Captain Cook. You go in there, you fuck it up. You're going to fuck these people up for a longer time than you think. By £1 per day per person. Everybody comes in ship. Let me see what you bought. People started smuggling, right? The anarchy is real. You know what I mean? People want their freedom. They don't want somebody else to determine what the fuck they're going to do and when they're going to do it. And I get that. And that's why it's hard to motivate people. Motivation is hard to come by. Motivated juice, not so much. $5-10. We can make you some apple water. We can make you some orange water. We can make you some berry water. I have some ideas coming. But for the other folks, oh shit, here we go, right? Like, and we're off. This route was brought to you by Miller Lite Championship Beer. There are some friends that are leaf friends. They're going to leave you after a season. They're not there for a long time. Then there's the branch people. Those branch people are going to get you from A to B, but it's the root people that you want to get down to, because the root people are the ones you can't see. Those are the people that don't need the limelight, aren't trying to help you to jockey for position or to swing dangle you, but to help you from the behind the scenes, right? The Wizard of Oz, the one that's really running it from behind the curtain. So we're going to take a look behind the curtain. You know, that there are things that are survivable. Even if you lose your best friend, guess what? That's what his was. It was one of his closest allies on the team that actually turned the bounty against him. And you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know jealousy. You wouldn't know a man's motivation. They started off being friends, family back in England, and he's even kissing his daughters like they were close. By the time you've been on the boat for over a year, by the time you married a Tahitian beauty and you're in love and you're in Tahiti, the whole game's changed. The energy switched. So when she was skinny and she had her big old titties and she was fucking me everywhere, Michelle was the shit, bro. We could go anywhere we wanted to go and fuck anytime we wanted to fuck. I loved it. She was right there with my sexual appetite, but that's all we had in common. After that, it was like conservative East Coast family versus my liberal West Coast family. Her dad's pulling a gun on me. Her sister's fucking stalking me on Facebook. You know, the whole family crazy. So yeah, I mean, it needed to stop. You know, I mean, the mutiny needed to split. By the time her dad's bringing a gun to get me out of there, and you know, and you're bringing me down with the pessimism and judging everything that I do as if I'm not a 44-year-old grown man that does what he wants to do anyway. This whole time since I've been here, since I've been a kid, since I've been 12 years old. Okay, Vegas has been my bitch. And there have been people that have mutinied against me. I remember this one guy added me, Scott Frost added me. I remember he was my boss when someone actually spit in my face. One of my coworkers spit in my face. We both got fired. Like, I'm like, how's that work out? But that's happened too. So, you know, life happens to us. You know, there's nothing but to do us. I've seen it all. I've been through it all, and I'm just lucky that I haven't fallen completely from grace. There are some people that still love me. I mean, even us narcissists, when we look at if you can survive a toxic narcissist, you can survive anything. Yeah, man, even with flying monkeys and fag hags and people starting email campaigns against me, I still kept swinging. I went and watched Mark Echo, and now we're doing a Miami, Florida chapter for We Club, and plugging his guy, and got somebody to whisper in his ear, Saints brand, Saints giving, let's go, Saints addiction. So I'm still chipping away at my dreams. It's the only thing that doesn't let me down. Life will let you down. You know, I know that for facts, bro. You know, especially like South Korean prison will let me down. I'm like, oh, fuck. We're going to jail, 3 different jails like last year. Oh, fuck. And then they'll take your car. They'll take your job. They'll take your backup money, your savings, and they'll be like, why aren't you successful? Welcome to the game, homie. There's going to be a mutiny. There's going to be disruption. There's going to be chaos, and you won't even know it. But that's the truth of it. We're not going to be able to shine sometimes. And I'm just here with it. Real as fuck. I'd love to say everything's shiny and bobbleheady, but I wake up to make it shiny and bobbleheady. I wake up to shine. I wake up to know my time and to know what I can do with my time. And that's the only thing that I got. Everything else will mutiny against me. It'll fight against me. It'll be petty. It'll be subversive. It'll be psychotic. It won't be good. And that's part of it too. You know, I was listening to the Greek. Come on, not Greek tragedies. It's Greek mythology, and they were talking about all the gods, and there was Kronos before there was Zeus, and how they developed, and you know the stories, you know, that we believed of what was the sun, and his daughter was the moon, and all this other things. Okay, anyway, point being is that when he had Pandora actually had the box, bro, and if she didn't open the box and it wasn't curious about the box, if we weren't curious in life, right, we would never find out. We would never know. And that's what ended up happening, right? We don't fucking know because we don't fucking go. And that's the whole fucking thing that I've been talking about the whole time, is that you got to know some shit. You're going to have to get into your own head and know thyself, right? Know the character of man. Know there's human nature. Go read Robert Greene's book or listen to it for free or audiobook. It will change your life, because we're all that way. I'm looking you in your eye. You think you're sophisticated? You're a fucking monkey. And go get on a desert island. Go get on a fucking boat. Go get all by yourself. This is a lone wolf journey. When you are out here, there are going to be other monkeys. Some monkeys cooperate together. They become a strong tribe. When Genghis Khan's mom came over and said, look at this arrow, and she goes, snap, snaps the arrow right in front of him. So see how easy that was to snap? Now she went and grabbed a bundle of arrows. And she went, you see that? Together we are stronger. But there are people that are still playing separate. They're still playing the, you know, block, unfriend, do bad business. It's okay. You know, I'm doing the worldwide game. He's like, he should be mad, man. He does membership cards. I'm like, that's the first one with the membership cards. What are you talking about? Even carpenters have membership cards, bro. This is not a brand new idea. I can't be mad at somebody because even if I came up with the idea and someone else saw it, smart monkey, bro. What do you think happened with the cotton gin? Other people wanted to repeat it too. It went spread like wildfire. He didn't make any money off of it. Can you believe that? Eli Whitney created the cotton gin, basically created slavery, the whole industry for cotton, and barely made any money off of it. I'm not joking either. So you can think that you're the shit. Like most people want to be famous. It's usually from saying hop tui on a penis. It'll be your most embarrassing moment. It'll be your closest friends. These things are here. Someone should have told you in school. You're gonna need financial literacy. All relationships end either by death or by time or by disruption, and then not all love lasts. You know, like you're gonna want to sit there and think that there's some love, there's some bonding, there's some experience, but it'll change. And when that happens, we're all going to have to realize that this journey is our own, and our energy is our own, and our time is our own. And you'd be blessed that somebody even puts you on the time clock, because everyone else, they got nothing else. When you're done with your car payment, there's death. When you're done with your mortgage, it's actually called a death certificate in French. And when you're all said and done, did you really live? That's what this comes down to. You know, like, did you continue to persist? And most people wouldn't. They only had 5 days of food. Mutiny on the Bound, bro. Watch that shit. Watch that shit. It's a classic. The one with Mel Gibson and your boy Anthony Hopkins, who's a tyrant, and they viewed him as a tyrant, making him dance for exercise. They hated it, and they started to resent him, and he couldn't see that in his men. He was like, this is discipline, and they're bucking the system. I get both. As a dad, my dad rose me with that kind of German discipline. That's why I'm so driven. But at the same time, that's why I'm also so callous, right? He created a stone cold killer. I can take the shot and not blink. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, I'm not afraid to do anything. And it doesn't matter what happens. I'm going to just throw my life to the world, fall into it for the third time and say, I got no money. Please roll me couch to couch, roll me wave to wave, roll me beach to beach, and just see what happens. Maybe I did find love. Maybe I did find lust. Maybe I did find loss. But I went on an adventure. And what an adventure it be. So some of you don't want to have mutiny. Some of you don't want to get on the boat. Some of you don't even want to calculate the soldiers, organize them so you could be stronger. I'm organizing. I've always been building. And in my world, that's the only way to get past recession. Yeah, I said it. This gets horrible out here with your inflation. Why are you not making a garden? Why are you still paying for fucking groceries? You know what I mean? Why is it not growing in your backyard? Yeah. Why am I still buying weed? Why am I not growing it? I got seeds. What's my excuses? I put it back on me. You know, and if this is the season, if this is Mercury grade, is it time for a purging? It's happened before, and that's what happened 100 years before we did it. We were talking all this shit. Was it 1783 when the French Revolution hit? Yeah, and then Napoleon came back and made it a dictatorship. Who knows that? Who knows that the French Revolution went backwards, bro? After they put blood in the streets, homie, where they were cutting off heads, homie, and the guy that was saying cutting off heads, they cut off his head. It was blood everywhere. And then Napoleon showed up and crowned himself emperor. Back to Rome. Back to it's almost like the whole revolution didn't even happen. That shit cray. Ain't it, Jay? 72 days. Flipping around. In the ocean. 3,800 nautical miles in a little skiff with 18 other men, and they made it. Fuck what you heard, okay? So what? Your friends left you. You weren't mutinied. Your friends didn't put you on a boat to travel in the ocean with no success, with 5 days ration, right? I didn't think so. And that's what ends up happening. So if they can survive, I can survive. If it's about the Holocaust, then I can, and the survivors of that, and the survivors of POWs, and the survivors of war, and the hardest things that humans have had to endure, the book Endure on Instagram and Kindle. Let's go. I wrote a book, man, and that's going to be my motive for the rest of my life. So no matter whatever happens to me, let the abortions hit. I don't want any more abortions. I want to keep all my babies. I endured it. Every loss of a friend and love, I endured it. Every misunderstanding or ass chewing or spit in my face, I endured it. And I'm telling you now, those are the bricks I built this empire with. So you can fuck around, find out, you can let people hurt you, you can waste your time in emotional chaos. It ain't gonna move the ship forward. I just kept paddling. Guns blazing. These guys were crossing the river. What was the other one? A bridge gone too far? A bridge too far, bro. That's what we do sometimes. We reach just one bridge too far and commit FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. FUBAR, it's an acronym. And once you start fucking up, which I feel like I am, you know, I'm fucking up with good friends, people that have helped me, and I let him down in front of his son. Can fuck up even better. And a girl that loved me, and I'm going to sex parties, and she doesn't trust me, and she thinks that I'm fucking everybody. Couldn't have fucked it up better. And the best plug in town, the cheapest weed deals, helping me out while I was gone across the world. And then now we're arguing. Couldn't have fucked it up better. And your boy sees it from all sides. So as I look at this valley and I look at this sunrise, I know I too have to rise. No matter the weather, no matter the view, no matter how windy and blown out it is, it's still hazy. There's an advisory warning, but that's what it is. I'm advising and warning you that there will be mutiny on your bound, but at least you aren't in the middle of the fucking ocean for 72 days and no food and not knowing if you're gonna make it, okay? And at least you ain't been in a South Korean prison after 2 weeks of traveling and not speaking the language. And matter of fact, I don't know if as many people has had as many abortions as I've had, or relationships with women as I've had, or traveled around the world as much as I had. So there's that. So, you know, it adds up. I'm gonna go in my grave with a lot of skid marks. You know, this car is gonna get dented. It's gonna peel wheelies. It's gonna pull out and pull up, and that's just what I'm gonna do with my life. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of fear. Yep. The other side of your excuses. And the other side of the world. And as soon as you do that, guess what, boys and girls? We all shine. And that's what I want to do with this time. I want to shine. Go shine on your time. Go shine with your time. I like that. Peace.